Landon and Hunter, it's playoff week at Lubbock Cooper, which is very familiar to you guys, very commonplace. As you guys have gotten older and gone through this a few times, though, how cool is it? How different is this week when you get ready for that journey into the postseason?
I think it's big for us both being seniors that you lose and you're done. So it's a big deal. Got to work hard to keep playing another week.
Hunter, you guys have been part of a lot of success in the playoffs. So,
Yes, sir.
what Landon said there, you guys have maybe gotten a little bit spoiled, but not to the point where this doesn't mean a lot to you. I know Coach Darden was just talking about how the attitude you guys came out with this week. Why does this kind of perk everybody up when you get to this time of year?
Because it's like you lose, you go home, and it's like we just want to keep on playing for another game.
And last week, I think, was a good segue into the playoffs. A little bit different feeling for you guys. You had lost the week before. I'm not tearing any scabs off. I know that. You guys know what happened. But you bounced back very well. In you guys' minds, how important was it to have that game to show that you're not – that there's not going to be a hangover, let's put it that way?
I think it was important for us to have that game just to kind of get our feet back underneath us and go back to the basics. We got to go back to the basics and work hard and do what our keys are. Which
for you guys, 5 guys up front, that's been mashing the last several weeks. How good was the offensive line? Now, the offensive line was really good the week before, especially in the first half.
Yes.
How much are you guys clicking now as you get into the playoffs coming off of last week?
I mean, it's a lot better. I mean, 4 of us are seniors. We got 1 junior, so it means a lot.
Tell me about that group, because I mentioned to you before I turned this on that you got guys who've been recruited by big names, and there's a lot of attention on you. That can create pressure, but is pressure good when you're that good up front?
Honestly, the pressure and all that, it doesn't really – I don't think it really gets to most of them. I mean, they're really down to earth, and really we got to push to the next drive. We got to push to the next play, and what's in the past is in the past.
Now, Coach said defensively you guys had a couple of hiccups in the first half the other day, and then Cal kind of turned the whole game around. I was just teasing you a minute ago. I thought you were a defensive back from your stats at first. When you know a guy can make a play that turns things around, how much does that fire up the entire defense?
Oh, it changes the whole perspective. We know that at any second we can make a big play and it could change the whole eternity of the game.
How much did you guys feed off of that in the second half against Caprock? Because I looked at the stats after halftime and there wasn't a whole lot of moving the ball after that.
Yes, sir. We came in at halftime and we kind of got our butts chewed, and then we were like, we got to go back to work. So we came out fired up, and then he made that big play, and it really just set us clicking. We just started clicking after that.
And Coach told me one thing they told you was just tackle better. And sometimes hearing that, I told him I talked to some friendship guys after they got beat by Permian, and it was the same thing. The coaches just said, just tackle better. And sometimes you just have to hear it to go do it.
It comes down to fundamentals at the end of the day. If we can tackle and do our keys and read our keys, it's a big thing.
You guys doing your fundamentals has been good all season, but how good were you guys blocking the other day with both backs kind of in a rhythm?
I think we were pretty good, but their defense was – they were good. They were played hard, but our guys just went out there and dominated.
How much has it changed things for you? Because we talked about that's maybe the first time you've had 2 backs kind of in a rhythm in the same game all season. When you've got 2 guys running like that, how much has that changed that for you guys up front?
Yeah, we definitely play a lot faster. It's a lot of beat because they have the 2 changing in and out, and just overall faster.
Your 3 backs are different. They're each one brings something different to the table. Is that good when you're an offensive lineman to know that I just have to open this little crease and this little guy's going to make something happen?
It makes everything a lot easier.
You guys like to run block, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you got a pass block at times, but it's a lot different game. Landen defensively, Coach and I talked to it. Sometimes I have to remind him that you guys are pretty good. He'll start talking about how great programs have done this, and this. You've been a pretty good program the last several years, and one reason is that your defense, there's not a ton of bells and whistles. You guys are just fundamentally sound, and that's been the case this season. how does that happen when you lose guys like Kyler and Kobe and Kyle Lewis and just the high level players that you have, but you guys just keep chugging along?
Yeah, we lost those players, like you said, but our coaches at the end of the day, they push us every day, and the fundamentals are, if you can read your keys and you can work hard, and at the end of the day, as long as you're just killing as hard as you can, just go for it.
This seems like more of a blue collar group. Kobe and Kyler, when they stepped onto the field, people could see there's two college football players.
Yes.
You guys maybe don't have that physical presence, but just lunch pail and punch a time clock and let's go to work.
Exactly, yes, sir. They say we're the farm boys out here on Woodrow because we're out here in the fields, and they say that we got to work hard. So we come in here and we put in the work every day.
Last thing, kind of loop around to what we started with. What does it mean to you now that you guys got through 8-2? You're used to winning. I mean, you're used to winning a lot. You had a little bit of a hiccup there at the end, but what's it mean now to kind of hit the reset button and get things going in the playoffs?
Well, I just know that it's our senior year and we got to refocus. We got to focus at the end of the day, because if we lose, we're done, and we probably won't see the field again. So it's one of those things that, you know, if you lose, you're done, and you're going to be sitting in the stands next year. So you got to push yourself every day to be better.
What about you, Hunter?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with a lot of that, and it's really just it's all or nothing, 110%, or you go home.